How to curve test or text to path in Silhouette Studio for beginners. We are going to learn today how to put test to path or make test curve or attach to any form. If you have, for instance, a circle, let's draw a circle here, a circle, and then we want to make it a curve writing. What we do is go to the A in the left, click, let's say, for instance, welcome. You see that writing is editable, means you can change the font, you can change the size of the letters, the color. Let's, for instance, color it in black. Color in black so we see what we're doing. And this moment, if we go to the right side to the A in the top, you can see my computer set up for default in Arial. You can find that in this section, or you can go to the top here on the bar, and this is the same thing. You see the the font, but in this part you see the fonts, what it looks like that is installed in your computer. Let's change it to another font. Let's say, for instance, Times Roman. This little circle here, if you touch it, that's the one that attached to the form or the path. You move it, whatever you want to do, or you want to put it on the side or whatever. And in this case, let's put it in the center. If you want to detach it from the circle, you can move this slice here. The slice out will move the letters out. If you put a slice closer to the circle, it will make the letters inside the circle or in middle of the circle, whatever you prefer. Let's put it outside like that. See, now it's curved. Let's say you want to do the bottom part that is curved but legible, because if you do the same thing, the letters will be upside down. And you don't want that. You want it straight so you can read it. Let's say, welcome to our home. The same thing, we are going to change the color and the font because the Arial is my default. We change it to Times Roman and we color in black as well. Now, how do you put that in the bottom that is facing correctly? You grab the little arrows here, and depends where you land the arrow and the circle is where it goes. If you go over here, it will go up. If you go over here, it's go upside down. So it depends where you land it, that's where it goes. If you go in here, go a little more to the side there. It's you have to be, it's very finicky, so you have to be very careful where you put that arrow, that little arrows thing. Very carefully you move it to the position that you want. In this case, is inside the circle. To make it like this one outside the circle, you touch the slice and move it like this. That will move the font at the same way that the welcome is attached to the circle, not attached, but it is touching the circle. Now, if you want to move this without the circle, you have to click the circle and remove it. But you cannot do that until you make it a compound path. At this point, everything is kind of attached. So let's move this. It's not completely at there. So we are going to, these letters are in edit mode. If you convert to path, you cannot change the letters, the colors, the size, nothing. You have to do it before you do compile path. Okay, as long as you double click and you see this arrow here, it's not compound path and you can edit, change everything you want. It's a green box around, is changeable. If you right click, make convert to path, now it is movable out of the circle by itself. The same thing we do here. If you click it, double click, it's a green box, you can edit. You can change color, size, font, whatever you want to do. Let's right click, convert to path. Now you are able to move it without the circle in it. That you can use it now to put it closer if you want to. You can select both, and if you go to the top target, it's going to do that. If you want to do it that is all center in the same way, you go to this section here and you let me see where it goes. I think you have to practice with this because sometimes I forget. Okay. I'm an old person. I forget things sometimes. So now what we do is to make it even, we go here, there, that's center. But because I didn't do the welcome all the way to the left, it's a little off cue. So you can measure different, just like this, and that makes optical illusion that is in the right place. Then you can put anything inside or whatever. That's how you do a curve writing. Let's say that you want, let's put this at the other side. Let's say you want to put a writing around a heart. Let's say you want to do a heart. The heart in this moment is not compound path. So you change it to compound path, convert to path. Now you can change the size and all that without distorting the heart. Let's make it that you can write down a word outside the heart. Let's say you want to write love view. You click the A and put love you. Now let me color it so you can see the writing more clearly. The same way you have, because you can change the font, you can change everything. You see the arrow, you put the arrow to the form. This depends where you put the cross, is where that goes to be. In this case, you need to increase the space between the love and the you to accommodate for the heart position. So what you do is you click here and put spaces until you have the words the way you want it. Okay? See? This way. If you click, double click, and you see the arrow and you move it now, you can change that in a position that you feel more comfortable. If you want to change the font, each font behave differently. This one is Arial, which is my default. You go to the right, let's change it to Times. Times is behaving pretty similar. Let's say you want to do Cassandra. You see, that changed the whole thing. Let's try to do Carmen. Carmen is behaving the same way. Let's try another one. For instance, let's say we want to do Catalina's script. You see what happened? It's because when you change the font, that changed the behavior. So you need to make sure you choose the right font for what you are doing. Let's go back to another font. Let me see, Chelsea Y. Okay, Chelsea Y is super wide. So let's say Chelsea thin, too thin. Chelsea condense. Okay, Chelsea condense. Let me see Chelsea by itself. Okay, Chelsea by itself looks okay, but you have to increase the space in between to accommodate this section here. So you do another space and another space just to make it looks more visually appeal. Okay, it all depends what you want to do. And the same apply if you want to be closer to the heart or you want to separate it from the heart. It all depends. If you want it inside the heart, that brings some difficulties because you see the letters get closer together, then you have to increase the space between the letters. For that, you go to the right character spacing and increase the spacing of the letters. And when you do that, you can reduce the space between the words because you don't need that much space in between. So let's increase the spacing again until the letters are properly accommodated. You have to practice with your program because this program is fantastic, but you need to practice to achieve what you want. Okay? You can move it here again, and then you can increase the spacing again between the letters. This doesn't look too bad, but let's see if changing that doesn't work. The kerning, I don't know what to do with the kerning. I never used it before, so you can reduce the size of the lettering if you want to, just in case. It's 72 as in this example. Let's make it a 60 and see what happens. But you have to highlight the words first before changing the size. So I'm going to put a 60, and that didn't make it good because the E and the Y is too close together. So let's put a space in between, and now it's on the other side. But obviously change the look of the whole writing, that you have to accommodate it, play with it, and see what you like. Increase again the space between the letters, and that will do maybe closer to the heart border. That will create a better visual appeal. If you want to put it outside, that change, you have to go back and start working again for the letters spacing between the letter. Let's say 170 and see what happens. That's not good enough. Let's put a 150. 150. Okay. Let me see a little less. Okay, let's put a space in between the letters, the words, and see what happens. See? That looks nice, actually. It's all about playing with your program and have patience. When you are a designer, an artist, you need patience to be an artist. If you don't have the patience, you will never be able to create art. And this that we are doing here is art, design. So be proud of your work, be patient, And I'm going to do other tutorials showing different things you can do with this part of the program. Remember, don't leave it like this, because that you cannot move it out of the heart. You have to double right click in the words and create convert path, so you can move it by itself. And you can, if you're doing a car, for instance, like I love to do paper crafting, I write this with a pen in my Silhouette Cameo. I have a Cameo 3, so I put a pen and I write this in it, and I cut out the heart that can be filled in with a cardstock. I can put a heart fill in with the cardstock. I can do a filigree vinyl or cardstock, whatever I want to do. And this is if you want to move that together in a card, for instance, you have to write a group. You go here and group. When you go to cut, okay, everything will cut that you see red lines. Everything red is going to be cut. So if you want to write, like I like to write a lot with my Cameo, because I don't always use the stamps to do the stamping, I select this and I go to the line of the letters, and change the color. And you use any color you want except red. Red normally is used for cutting. So I like to put it in blue, because that way I know that will be, and now I can group. So I can move it, okay? And the reason that when you group, this is what you can do when you group. You can do this. Change your size of the thing. If you are making a card, you want it smaller. If you are making a t-shirt, a transfer, you make it bigger. Okay. So if we go to send, now you have go to line instead, and then you see blue and red. So if you want to write in blue, in whatever color you want to write, the pen is what that's gotta give you the color. You put the pen in the Cameo 3, you put it in the second carrier. I think the 4 have to be in the right, in the left carrier, and the 5, because they both have some kind of special tools on the right carrier, but the Cameo is interchangeable. So I prefer to do in my Cameo 3, put the pens or the whatever I'm using marker in the carrier 2, that is blue actually, and you see, if you take the arrow off, you only will see the red, because it's the only thing that is going to happen. If you cancel the red and you only click the blue, that's what you get, only the writing. The red will not cut. But if you click both, the first one in top is the first thing that is going to happen. It's going to be cut. And the second one is going to be written. Okay? So that's how you do the writing in curve or attached to a form. You can use any form. I think I have business edition. If you have business edition, I think you can use any of these forms here and try which one looks nicer to do writing attached to the form. Okay, the star is very nice. So you have to practice and see what it works for you. You can use the bell. It's different in each form. Then you have the top one have these basic forms that normally people I use it for card bases, so, or frames. So this is a way to do letters, writing, and curve with the Silhouette Studio. In my case, I'm using Silhouette Studio Business Edition, but I believe you can do it with the middle one that is Designer's Edition. I'm not sure about basic because I never used the basic. I went straight to business because business edition, it sounds fancy because have a lot of goodies in it. It's not that expensive. Sometimes you can get it for $50 in some retailers, but even $100 is a good price for this program. This program is super good for designing. Um, so anyway, uh, this is our words to path.